What's up, YouTubers? It's your boy Peacemaker back again. As always, I'm trying to reach out to my brothers, man. I mean, we've been going through some things. Believe you me, I know it's rough on us all. Pandemic is hurting us. Brothers not being able to get real true jobs, and they hollering about that it's work out here, but Trump, you know, I know it's work out here, but just about everywhere you go they would say they hiring, but still, as young men, especially black men, and don't let it be a young black man that may have dreads, you know what I'm saying, we still get shut down. Even though we try, they tell us to try, and I'm one that would try. But my black men, we got to keep pushing and we got to keep trying. But what I'm coming to you with today is a unity, man. We got to stop hurting one another. We got to stop putting one another down. We got to stop killing one another. We got to stand up as black men. I mean, a lot of us got children. I myself have children, man, and what do you think our children is going to see in us? I mean, we got to be an example for our young males who are growing up, and they watching us. Fellas, I'm telling you, they watching us. When I was young, I'm young, but when I was young, and I was smoking cigarettes, and my boys was about 2 and 3 years of age at the time, and you know, I didn't think anything of it about me smoking cigarettes and Black and Milds and things that what they would do. I didn't understand that children would pick up like they do. But I saw that my boys was holding sticks in their hand as if they had cigarettes. And I'm like, really? So that was one thing that made me stop with the smoking and all, because I couldn't have my children picking up these bad habits. But fellas, we're going to have to start being more united together. As I was stating in one of my last videos, you know, a lot of us quick to holler about the police officer killing us black. True enough, I mean, like George Floyd, that was just uncalled for. Trayvon Von Martin, that was uncalled for. Breonna Taylor, that was uncalled for. And my love and condolences goes out to all of the families who have lost their children at the hand of police officers who was quick to pull the trigger rather than try to find out what's really happening. But you know, another thing, sometimes, brothers, if we don't put ourselves in different situations, we really can avoid some of these types of things. But that still does not replace the fact that how we as young black males are treated. And you know, until a lot of the white people live in our shoes, they'll never be able to really understand how we really feel. I mean, that's one of the reasons I believe why there is all of the protesting going on and some of the violence, because a lot of us who are black males, I mean, some of us feel as if we has been neglected. I mean, every time you look around, if we try to do something meaningful, I mean, we get shut down in a lot of instances. But my word to you all out there that feel as if you're getting shut down in a lot of instances, every time you try to move forward, then somebody knocking you back down, don't just get up, dust yourself off, get up and try it again. You have to put God in your life. And God is not going to put anything on you more than you're able to bear. You got to put the fear of the Lord within you. You remember the story of the book of Job, and how Job was one that had a wife and had children, had wealth, and so forth and so on. And Job was one that he lost his children. Then Satan got in the mind of his wife, and she told him, why don't you curse your God and die? Job is a prime example of one who have gone through some tough time. And at the latter end of the story, you will see where God blessed him with twice as much as he had. Joseph, one of the old patriarchs, was one who his brothers treated bad. Own family members treated him bad. But at the latter end, close to the latter end, his brother had to come back to him in order to eat. He had to go into Egypt just to get corn to eat. And Joseph knew exactly who they was. And at the latter end of Joseph said, y'all meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. And God meant it for good for all of us right now. Young black men, God wants you. He wants you. And see, it's going to take men like you who is willing to give it a try. Try God. Try God. Let God be your warrior to fight your battles. You see, we spend too much time fighting ourselves. Talk to God. Sometimes us church people, we sometimes sing the song, just a little talk with Jesus makes it all right. Black men, we got to start loving one another more fervently. Sometimes I feel like I have been neglected by the system. There was time where I felt like I was just neglected by everybody. And I knew my parents loved me. But there was a time in my life where I was going the wrong direction. And it wasn't when I was at home with my parents, because my daddy would beat the brakes off me. My mama would beat the brakes off me. My daddy is gone. My mother is gone. Lost them at a young age. Mom been dead for almost 8 years. Dad been dead for about 3 years. And I wish I had my dad that I can talk to. I wish I had my mother that I can talk to, lean on, kiss them, love them, let them know that I'm still trying. I was trying before you passed, and I'm still trying. Black men, we got to try harder, baby. We got to try harder. We're gonna have to put our guns down. We're gonna have to just try harder. There's another church song that we sometimes sing. If I don't make it in, it's nobody's fault but mine. And I'm saying, if you don't make it in life, it's nobody's fault but yours. Especially when you're not even trying. You got to try. You got to try. Brothers, we got to get on board, brother. We got to get on board. I'm calling for my strong brothers. I'm calling for my brother. I'm calling for you guys to help me, to help one another, to where we can mend ourselves back together. As I stated in one of my last videos, LeBron James, black man successful. Ricky Smiley, black man successful. Michael Jackson in this day, black man successful. Bill Cosby, even though I hate the way that he was done, successful. Other black men successful. We stated it earlier with some of the rappers, successful people. Shawn Marion, successful. A lot of black men in this world who are just successful people, but they didn't make it to be successful just by doing nothing. There are even black guys who have been in prison and come straight out of prison and successful, doing good. A lot of us black men, we locked up for no reason. But I will tell you, the system is not going to fix our problem. We can protest, but just make it a peaceful protest. The system cannot fix us. The only person that can fix us is God. But God cannot fix us if we are not willing to give him an opportunity. Training starts at home. Children, you got to learn to start be obedient. You know what the Bible said in Ephesians chapter 6, beginning at verses number 1? Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right, that your days may be prolonged upon the earth. Children, you got to tighten up too. You got to learn how to yes ma'am and no ma'am, yes sir and no sir. I mean, you growing up, and I want to see you successful. I want to see everybody successful. Black men, come on, join in with me now. Join in with me. And I'm not doing this to go viral or anything like that. I'm just trying to send a message out to my black men. I'm trying to help somebody. It may not reach anybody. I hope that it do. It may not reach that many. I hope that it do. But if I can at least save one through this message, I'm going to just tell you, first of all, give your life to God. Give your life to God. That's the first thing that you do. Repent and give your life to God. Change your ways. You know what Paul said in Romans chapter 12, beginning at verses number 1 and verses number 2? Paul said, I beseech you, begging, therefore, by the mercies of God, that you present your body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable, which is your reasonable, a living sacrifice to God, holy and acceptable, which is your reasonable service. Now, this is the part that I'm talking about. Paul said, and be not conformed. Don't act like the world. Everybody's not going to change. That's why Jesus said, many are called, but few are chosen. Paul said, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Black men. And this just not just to black men only. I'm speaking to you, but I'm speaking in reference to everybody. Make no difference what color you are, who you are. God don't see color. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed. How? Excuse me. By the renewing of your mind. You got to change your ways and look at the ways of God. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. It's somebody out there that this message is going to reach, and I know you can do it. We got to come together, brother. We got to be more united. We got to start joining hands, holding hands. We got to be more than what we have been being. 400 years that we went through of slavery, so forth and so on. You mean to tell it our forefathers and what they fought for us to be where we are now, and most of all what God has done for us, and we can't do any better? Brother, we got to change. We got to change. We ain't getting any younger, we getting older. We got to change. We got to change. We got to change. And it's gonna take more than me of getting in the community, more than me than sending messages. It's gonna have to take the rest of you fathers to make a change, that your children can change, that we can live in a better, peaceful world. I love for you to subscribe, but you don't have to subscribe. I want you to hear the message, and I want you to join hands and make a change together. If you like this message, if I'm reaching anybody, hit your subscribe button down low. And we're going to be trying to send messages out here forward. I'm reaching. God is reaching. May God bless you. This is Peacemaker. And may He bless you real good.